refresh this bitch. And that nice little prop up right now. I'm looking for some puts. Starting to see some sell off a little bit here. Copy. Discord. Boom. We're live. I'm looking for some puts on this downside a little bit. There is a lot of volume right here, so it's kind of choppy, but I'm looking for this 410 test. We broke down that yesterday low, which is right here at this blue line. I kind of feel like this is going to be some good opportunity for some puts. I may have just missed that little prop up. I was looking for some 10 contracts here around these $4,100 puts. I feel like that's a pretty easy target. Did it hit that 4113? It almost did. It bounced off this 4113 over here. It looks like this could be an easy put if it wants to keep going. I might wait for it to pop up towards this level, but if it doesn't get back up towards that 411 mark, it might be a nice little put entry. I might just dabble in one to see if we can get some sell side here. See what we got. See if we can get one at 240. It'll be quick scalps, quick in and out scalps. I'm going to grab two real quick if I can. It's not really letting me, but this is a nice bear flag. Looks like the 15-minute chart has some nice downside to it. This just propped up to 270 a piece. That's pretty annoying. I'm going to cancel these real quick and then try and get a good entry. Probably on like 5 contracts, honestly. We'll start out pretty quick. Pretty light, real quick, but I'm looking for this downside. I'm looking for this little bear flag that we're seeing. Pretty much similar setup for yesterday. It is early, and I don't like that this volume came in on this big reversal candle, but I am going to try to play some downside here if I can get in. Looks like there's some buyers coming back in, but I'm going to be patient, looking for the best entry. It looks like they are trying to prop this up, so hopefully it doesn't squeeze. Maybe I'll go 3 contracts just to start off the day around 240. Looks like it's having a little bit of trouble at this level. Actually, I'm probably going to cancel that real quick and try and get in at that 411 mark because I don't think that this is going to drop down just yet. This looks like there's a lot of volume over here. Shows me that there's some buyers still waiting on this. So I'm going to draw a nice little resistance line. I have a lot of lines on this right now, but I'll take out some of them. I'll take out this yellow one. This is my high of the day mark, clearly. And I'm just kind of waiting for this. I kind of want to get some puts here. The 15-minute chart is the reason why. If I scale out to a longer term, over here, 15 and 30-minute, showing some downside weakness. And we have some nice downside on the daily chart. If I go out and see, God damn, I keep lagging every time I go live. It's crazy. Daily chart right here, it looks like, I know there's a lot of lines, I'm not going to delete them, but if you look at it closely, this 410, if it doesn't bounce and start running right now, then we have some room down to probably like 408. I wouldn't even be surprised to see 409s today. So we have a little bit of room down on the downside. So I'm looking for some nice puts. This looks like a bear flag to me, and my target range is this 410. I would sell these puts right here at this 50-cent drop. Could be a nice little spike up to 400. It would be 130 a piece on the contracts. Question is, do I want to buy 5? Do I want to buy 10? Did I miss out? Looks like I might be missing out a little bit here because now they are 290. I tried to get in at 240. They're at 300 here. Unless it bounces at this 410.50, this thing is coming down to 410. So I missed out on the entry, but maybe somebody grabbed it while I was trying to get involved. 310s here. Let's see. 240 was its low. Seeing a little bit of a bounce. We are chopping, which I hate to see, but 30-minute chart looks pretty ass, to be honest. 1 hour kind of looks like ass. 15-minute. This is the reason that I'm looking for puts. So if you ever see a big sell-off candle like this, not so much in the first 5-10 minutes, they always reverse crazy. But if you ever see a big sell-off candle midday, around whatever day, you'll see a nice little consolidation candle, and then the next 15-minute candle, which is coming up here in the next minute, you will see some red most of the time. So we'll see if there's sellers, but the risk to reward ratio for the downside is is looking pretty good to me. It looks like this could run up. I don't think it'll touch 500 just because this was a spike in volatility, but maybe like 460-ish, 470-ish if it taps this 410, which would be a nice little $160. But I'm so far staying away right now, just in case this bounces at this 410.50. So just watching, just monitoring the market. We got some movements finally today. Not liking any one of those moves. We got to pay attention to Apple too. Apple's been carrying the market. Wherever this goes is where the market goes. So we are at the bottom of the Bollinger Band though, so usually this is a good dip buy. Getting some volatility, so if you were on either side today, I've taken one trade real quick. I tried to play the cup and handle, and I got stopped out, but I'm only down $50. So I'm waiting for a little more of a move over here. It's only moving like 20 cents at a time. So if I were to go for anything, it would be puts. I don't know about right now, though. It's kind of starting to gain that strength. This volume candle always shows me that it's kind of hammered in a bottom, which kind of freaks me out. So this could start chopping up and start pushing its way back above this 411. If I take 5 of these contracts at 230, this does look like a nice bear flag, though. The only reason I don't like it so much is because of how much volume was in this reversal candle. It makes me feel like it's just consolidating to head higher. So I'm not very confident in this put play. I do like the way that it's set up, though, especially because there's room down to that 410. But where we bounced was that low of the day yesterday. So we did hit that low, and there was probably a lot of buyers sitting right at that level. And now I'm just waiting for some buy side to come in. And it kind of looks like this should bear flag and head right back down to this low if we're weak. But with all that volume coming in, I don't know if I like this for the reversal to the downside. Kind of just shows me that there's a lot of buyers sitting right at that level. So I don't know. I think I might be sitting out on the bear flag. Type that out real quick. Bear flag. Yeah, lots of volume on this reversal candle. So this right here shows me that there's not a lot of weakness in it. Or usually I would play the bear flag if it wasn't so much volume on this reversal. It makes me think that this just hammered in that bottom. So I'm going to give it a little bit longer. And these contracts are getting a lot cheaper, so I can't really complain with either thing. Maybe I'll take like 3 contracts here, but it looks like it's trying to shoot up to the upside. Look at that. There she goes. 411 test. At this rate, it's going right to this VWAP at 411.50. I could dabble and get stopped real small, like $10 a contract if I wanted to, but it looks like it's trying to go, so I'm probably going to stay away from the put side while it has all that momentum to the upside. It's a nice push. So bear flag looked nice, but if you see a volume like this at the bottom of a Bollinger Band, you got to take the reversal. I didn't take it because it looked clean on the breakdown. But I'm going to wait for a little bit of a test. I might wait for this VWAP test, and then I would take some puts. But that would kind of show me that there is a possibility that it goes the other way. Here we go. A little bit of a push up. All right, these are getting cheap. I'm going to have to go to these 4110s, honestly, now that they're getting so cheap. If I'm looking for any sort of little reversal on this, I don't think I'm going to get one, though. Good thing I didn't go in. Jesus Christ, look at that little squeeze. Wow, look at that. Crazy. Serious candle. Good thing we didn't play the bear flag, right, guys? That is nuts. I love to play, and I haven't been playing them very often lately, is the reversals. So this reversal candle right here, I wasn't confident because there was this massive red candle, and the 15-minute chart did look kind of bullish or bearish. I was thinking about puts. I had puts queued up, but when you see this much volume come in on a hammer candle like this at the bottom of a Bollinger Band, it's usually a green light for the reversal. I didn't take it because, one, it's kind of early. 15-minute chart did kind of look shitty to me, and I felt like we were going to retest this 410, but didn't end up going that way, so we're chilling. Didn't take any trades. I'm just kind of sitting flat right now. I am watching NVIDIA for some squeeze potential, but that stock has been acting real strange. Same with Amazon, honestly. Amazon's been really strong. Apple's been as strong as ever, as always. And the SPY is just cooking. 235 a contract for 410s, 4110s, which is about the low of the day. So if we think it's ever going to go back to this low, doesn't look like it as of right now, but after this squeeze, I will maybe try to buy some puts for at least a little bit of a pullback. Doing my very best to blow up on Instagram, guys. It's taken forever, but I finally hired an editor, so I've been doing a lot more content lately, so finally starting to catch some traction out here. This looks like it could be a nice little put play or a bounce play on this VWAP line for the calls, but I'm going to stay away for now until I see a perfect setup. I hate trading this middle range. I could take like quick scalps, but I'm really only trying to take one contract or one trade today with a good amount of size. It is Friday. They're harder to play, so damn, the Ethereum, come on. You're down $200 in the last few days. I got to look at this chart real quick. I still don't hate it. I mean, we're in a nice uptrend. It had to get some sort of a pullback, right? Let these Bollinger Bands expand, and then we could push up, hopefully towards that 2,500 mark. I have a target price of around 2,750 that I want to sell these at. I got them around like 1,200 and some at like 1,400, 1,500. So I'm chilling on those right now. Just want to see that 2,700 push. I'd have like a $70,000 position in that trade, which would be nice if it can get to its high. How's my TQQQ trade going? Great. I mean, I have a cost basis of around a little over $21, so I'm still at $5 a share on this, and I'll just sell covered calls at any point. You know, I'm sitting pretty on that, and I'll just collect premiums if it starts to go against me. It's no big deal. But at 21, I mean, I'm all the way down here, so it would take a pretty steep sell off for the market to hurt me. And honestly, I'm just going to sell covered calls against it. I'm going to keep my average, and if it goes below 21 again, I'll just add to. I think the technology is going to reverse here at some point. I think the market's going to come back at some point. So just got to give it some time. And I'll be sitting in that for a while because this TQQQ is sitting nice. Been talking about this for almost a year now, it feels like. But not that long, but a little while ago. So I'm just sitting here. This is a 91 price. I understand that there's state of decay because it's triple leveraged, or time decay because, you know, as it gets closer and it drops out, it could go to zero. But I have too much of a grasp on the market to believe that. And until there's like a massive crash, and I have about $7 of leeway, which is about, I don't know, probably like $40, $50 on the QQQ, we're all right. We are sitting just pretty. What's going on over here? Looks like the puts are kind of selling off. So the market must be bullish. Tried to pull back a little bit. I don't really know how I feel about anything right now. I don't think I want to force any trades. Probably going to head up towards this 412-ish. I would probably look for a short around this high of the day again because I don't think that we're just going to squeeze today. But let me take a look at the daily chart just to confirm that. I guess we could technically if it bounces. Could be one of those like engulfing hammer candles, and we could go up to 415 today, but it doesn't. I feel like there's not enough volume for that. To me, it kind of looks like it's just kind of curling away. I would say that a big resistance is at that 412.22. I'll draw that line real quick. Above that, we could run, probably to this 414 level. So this is the daily. I'm going to zoom in on the 15-minute chart. 412.22, there she is. I don't know. These two candlesticks are looking pretty similar for a big drop. I might just dabble in one of these at like 260 just to feel like I'm a part of something. I can't just watch this. Feels like it's going to come down. I don't know if I believe in the upside of this. Let's see what happens here right at the VWAP level. It's trying. I'm going to grab one. I'm going to keep it real light. It's Friday. I'm not really trying to go too heavy. You know, I had a hell of a trade come back yesterday. Made back $1,500. It was a flat day. But I'm just trying to tread carefully here. We have this nice little downtrend situation going on right now. Until we break that, which we might break that. Looks like it's trying to sit a little bit. I'm probably going to get out of these limit orders real quick. Feels like it's kind of sitting and it might break this. I don't know why. Everything is lagging for me real hard, so I'm just trying to not go in too heavy, not go in too much. Sit back a little bit. It looks like we're trying to run a little bit, so I'm just waiting for the perfect entry here on the SPX. I still feel like the downside looks really good to me. It's struggling this VWAP, but I mean this massive green candle. We have a consolidation candle. I'm sure we'll head up. Honestly, if we get above this VWAP line, we should squeeze up to that 412. I would look for probably a put at this line right here. I know it would probably seem a little bit bullish, but I can't imagine that we break high of the day and just squeeze the rest of the day. So this is where I would take a put around this 412-ish area. Maybe not right at 412, but around that area. We'll see what happens. I'm looking at this SPX 5-minute chart down here. I'll switch to the 15. It doesn't look the most bullish right now. I might try to go in here one contract at 270 just to, if it rejects this, it's going to come down pretty heavily. So let's see if I can get in here. If it lets me in, I don't know why it won't. I always have a real hard time getting in on some of these trades. That just shows me that there's very little volume. It's just one contract though, so not a big trade, but as you can see, these contracts were just worth about 500, so even one apiece could. Do you have any other incomes outside of trading and your agency? Couple. We're working on some Airbnbs right now. Obviously, some long-term investments pay me out. Dividends pay me out. I have a channel that is a subscription-based channel. Yeah, no, so I got quite a few. I'm gonna set my stop loss about like $40 on this. I'll set it at 245-ish. That's my stop. I might go in some more here. It seems to be struggling it, but it's sitting right at that level. So this is not a smart trade at all because it's right in the middle. It's right at the Bollinger Band. You never know which way it's going to go. I am looking at this downtrend retest. So, you know, we're in this little downtrend right here. We could reverse. I'm only in one. I kind of want to get 5, though. Take a nice little $500 profit if it breaks down, if not even more. like it's starting to get a little weaker here. If I can get a sell confirmation below this 411, I'll probably add to it and watch it slide below this 410. I feel like that 410 level is going to be tested today. I also feel like the 409s are going to be another one that we get involved with, but we'll see. I'm up a little bit on one. I'm up $45 a contract, $50 a contract. That's just one. You cannot, in this market, you cannot hold a long time. You got to be in, you got to be out. So I am going to push this up a little bit just in case it does start to reverse. It would be about $20 that I would lose. I'm actually going to set this like right at break even. So now I have like no risk. It's like $10 of risk. Especially with theta. Yeah, for sure. So it either breaks down right now or it starts to break out. That's the big ass story. It's like you never know which direction it's going to go, but you know, you got the risk to reward ratio all the time. So if it breaks below this line, this 411.09, I would feel some confidence in this, but this could squeeze up on me at any point. So I might just push this up into profit and I'll take $15. That's going to be my max. So if this gets even one green tick, I will be out, but at least it's a profitable trade. It's only one contract. So I'm just trying to feel out the market before I take a real trade today. I don't really know how I feel about this day. I feel like it's kind of just going to be a wash. Oh, I got to watch that. Did you guys see the Nelk Boys interviewed Donald Trump? I got to watch that podcast ASAP. I bet you that shit is so funny. All right, we broke down a little bit. We're going a little bit. So I am going to push this up to 340. I am going to be probably pretty... I'm going to go 320. I'll just secure some gains on that at 320. Took me out at 320. Just one contract. Just trying to feel for the market right now. Not going anywhere crazy. It's a good podcast. I'll listen to it. I'll take a listen. Could see this bounce at 411. I'm still feeling like we're going to head down to low of the day today as this Bollinger Band starts to bounce. I feel like this is going to be a good day to scalp trade. So, you know, the big drop at open. We got the big spike up. I missed this. I was looking for the cup and handle, but we had a nice little drop down, got the spike up. You know, I feel like this is just going to be one of those roller coaster days, which is always really good for scalping. 25, 45. So I'm flat on the day still because I did get stopped out one time today. So I'm down $15 on the day, I think. Yeah. Haven't taken a real trade yet, so good thing I got out of that. I hate these chop little areas. I'm waiting for one good trade. I'll put 10 contracts in. Hopefully we can make like $500 to $1,000, and then we will probably just walk away. Honestly, I don't really see too much opportunities happening today. I can see Tesla maybe starting a rebound because I got sold off pretty heavily yesterday. But then again, it is kind of just chopping in that range. Could see I don't want to say 170, but maybe a 170. Could be a great area to buy some long-term shares too. 164, that goes up to 200. Again, you have 100 shares, that's 4 racks. Could be a great opportunity for Tesla. I honestly am going to scale into Tesla around like 155-ish probably. If I can get down there, that'd be dope. I know I was at 160, but I have this mark at 154. I have a bunch of capital that I'm going to deploy into that. Get a couple hundred shares, let it run up to 200, probably sell. Or maybe hold for the long run and just sell some cover calls against it whenever it was coming down. I feel like if I wanted to get this, I could sell some cash secured puts against this. If you're ever going to buy 100 shares of something, always sell a put first. Because one, you can collect the premium. And two, why wouldn't you? Next week's, they're not really that good. I could probably sell like these and I would collect $200 off of it. So I guess it's not that big of a deal to do it. But those premiums used to be way more expensive. What happened to the SPY here? Oh, we're coming down now. Yeah, we're staying right at this line. It feels like it's testing it 100 times. It just doesn't want to go. We're in a real chop zone right now. I feel like it's the downside today, guys. I really do. I feel like we're going to end up heading down below this low of the day. Kind of starting to see a little bit of a fade off, but do you have to sell the put with the 100 shares in one trade, or just sell the put as a separate trade? If you're selling a put, all you got to do is just sell it, and if you have the cash in the account, it'll do it automatically. Your brokerage should do it automatically for you. I just want everyone to be aware that it is almost May, and May is historically one of the worst months for the stock market. So if you have to cover anything, if you have to buy a bunch of puts, whatever you got to do, if you're just a trader, look for more of the blood on the downside. So get in tune with bear flags and bear pennants and head and shoulders patterns, because it could get real bloody out here pretty soon, especially with the massive run up we've seen in the SPY. So I have a target of around like 370, 380 that I'm watching for. I'm not in any long puts right now just because, the market acts weird and it changes every year. But I am preparing myself for some downside. I'm also preparing myself for this to start taking off on the upside right now. So this is a nice little consolidation around 411. If it breaks this, it could squeeze. This could take off on the call side here if it gets above this. There's a saying, sell in May, go away. That's why I say. Can you go over some possible downside trades that I would look at and what expiration? Honestly, if you're thinking it's going to sell off in June or May, I would probably look at some June expirations, like mid-June. But it all count. It's like a lot of people don't really talk about premium prices. You have to talk about premium prices because premium prices are literally the risk to reward ratio that you would need to see. So if like there's only like a $40 difference of how much you would make on a trade if it went your way. So let's just say, excuse me again, I did not get a lot of sleep last night. All right, so if we're looking at the daily chart, right, and we're on the SPY, and we've been on this massive run up, right? So here's that uptrend, ridiculous. Say you think it's going to break this and you think it's going to come back down to test this Bollinger Band around 400, so $11. If I were to look at that trade on the SPY for June, like let's say it's June 16th, right? So 56 days away till expiration, I would use the premium prices to make my final decision. So $400 puts are $600 a piece. From 411, they're $900 a piece. So at that point, with theta decay, these $600 would probably turn into like $850. Is $250 a contract worth that $800 or $900 you're going to have at risk with theta decay? Probably not, right? So you kind of have to just look at the risk to reward ratio on the upside and the downside. Because if you're wrong, you have a lot of capital at risk. You could set your stop loss, whatever. But if your stop loss is like a 4R, which is usually what I like to go for. So if I'm risking, $5,000 and I'm going to lose $200, I want to have at least a 4R, which means 4X my stop loss. So if I'm risking $5,000 and my stop loss is $200, I want at least $800 potential return on that profit. So if I'm risking $800 and my potential return is $200, my R, like stop loss, is really only $50. Like you're just gonna get stopped out real fast. So you got to think of it as like I don't want to say it's a numbers game, but it's like a risk to reward ratio game. It's a calculated risk game rather than just buying puts because you think the market's gonna go down. Because historically it goes down, but don't just pile in there because there's a saying like that. There's obviously supply and demand in play. There's news events in play. Anybody that says that they're going to call the crash, you just got to get out of there. You could also play debit spreads. I don't play spreads because there's not a lot of opportunities in spreads. You don't make a lot of money in those. So 400, 390, you could easily do that. I mean, you could make a lot of money just chopping like in this chop anyways. Even the 410s, 400s, honestly, probably a real good Real good spread. Man, we're tired. I am going to take a trade here in a second, but I just got to wait for the perfect opportunity. We're just kind of chopping at that range. $260. We're above this little trend line. It's got to break above this. I hate this. This is just awful. I wish there was more opportunity for us. Yesterday was fun though. You know, I was down pretty nicely early on, and then that bear flag at the end of the day was a massive trade. It pushed me flat. Ended up going a little bit green at the end of the day too, so that's nice. That is very nice. Tesla kind of consolidating too. This thing could push up to 165, but it would only be $1. Yeah, Theta is going to get to everybody. I would not be in any trades right now. I would not do anything. The best way to trade this market, literally the only way to trade this market is a perfect entry. Like you got to be in and you got to be out almost right away. It's kind of ridiculous how bad that is. Like it's sad to say, but you really can only be in like one candle. Like right here, if you saw this volume and you wanted to buy some calls on this downside, selling this candle, you got to be out. I mean, obviously it's a massive candle, but put contracts, same thing. If you're buying in this area, you're going to get stopped out no matter what. It's just going to chop you. Look at this, 240, 300. These contracts aren't moving anywhere. And these, I mean, they're only moving 30 cents at a time. It's the worst part about the SPX is down $3, $4. There's days where this thing is moving like 50, 60, 70, sometimes $100 in one day. And if we're only moving $4, there's no opportunities in the market. I mean, SPX moved on this day $45, which is a massive day. This one, $100, which is, I just want one of those days so badly. I would give anything to watch a big moving SPX day. Literally a lot of things. I also might take some puts here. I kind of missed that entry at 245 though. This has a lot of room down to this 410 level. I have a support line at this 410 that we did not test, and I feel like that VWAP is holding up real nice. Yellow will be my target. Do something, market. Yeah. So, I mean, this is all you got to see right now. Like this candlestick right here. If I traded this put, that I've been looking at these 41.10 puts. If I traded this and I got in at 240, I would probably be out right here. It looks bearish, but it's probably just going to chop you. So when I say you got to get in at a perfect time, get in, get out, you have to. $330, $340. Under 411, I would feel like there's a lot more downside to come, but I feel like I just missed that little put entry. Can't chase it here because it'll do just that and it'll stop you out. 310, lots of chop, man. Crazy. What were these at? 240? I might try to get some at like 280 potentially. I feel like the downside is way more possible than the upside, but it's in this middle range. I really only like to buy at the bottoms or the tops of the Bollinger Bands. So it's kind of hard for me to play this. It'd be kind of just like a guess at this point. This does look bearish though. You know, a little red here, a little green. Tried to test above this VWAP, and now we're getting rejected a fourth time. But also bouncing at that 411. This little range is just not exciting to watch. I might get one at 290, 280 if I can. Contracts are going up while the candlestick is going up, so that's interesting. Looking at this time and sales data, I'm not seeing a ton of volume come through. I am seeing a lot of sells. Got a big buyer right there that just popped through. Let's see if we can get one at 275 here. It got me at 280. Oh, we got some buyers now. I'm only in one contract, obviously. There's no real opportunity, so I'm just kind of just dabbling in here, seeing what I can do with small amounts of money. Probably going to set my stop at like 230, so it'd be like a $50 stop loss. Somehow, some way. Oh, we got some volume coming in. That's why. A little bit more volume than last candlestick. So something's about to pick up, hopefully, here. It's 11:30, and it's Friday. We're not going to see a ton of movement. So don't try to force anything. I'm only obviously buying one contract, so I don't see any opportunities anywhere. We'll see what happens here. I'll put my stop at 240 here. And kind of just let it rock. I mean, I don't think that we're going to see too much opportunities anywhere, honestly. I'll put my stop at 250. I'll lose 30 bucks on the trade. But there's just nothing happening. I'll stop myself out. Be down 45 bucks right now. And until I see any opportunities, I feel like I probably shouldn't just be wasting your guys' time because there is nothing going on. And I'm just watching the SPY chop. I'll look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA seems to be all right. You know, we got some push up here. It's only going to move $1, and those premiums are like 250 increments, so that's not good. SPY's down 57 cents. This is just terrible. This 411.50 range and this 411, all it's going to do is chop you out with theta, so I'll move this up. I'll lose $25 on the contract. Get stopped out. So we're down 45 on the day, baby. No opportunities. Clearly, even if you took the puts here, even if it was in the call side, I'll show you exactly what I'm watching. Where are we at? 41. Like 41.40s are probably one of them. They don't move. So don't force anything. Don't try to do anything. It's not going to go any your way. I just bought one contract to feel something crazy today. Nothing's happening, so I'm probably just going to stay away till I see some volatility. I'm sure we'll get one big-ass candle here at some point, and from there I would play something. But as of right now, I'm probably just going to sit flat. I've had a pretty flat week. There's been some opportunities. I missed out on a lot of them yesterday, but I ended up making a ton of money back, so I'm happy with that. I'm literally just buying one just to feel something. Even if it's 45 bucks down the drain, it's all good. We're getting some buyers right here, but the contracts aren't moving too much. These $400 ones are only moving $40 at a time, so I probably wouldn't waste your time on the market today. I would probably go outside, go play with the neighbors, go do something interesting because this is just not looking good at all. Amazon's been having a lot of strength recently, and I don't really understand why. But, I mean, this thing has been cooking. Got that little bounce at 87, and it said, see you later, up 20 bucks in the last, like, 3-4 weeks. Tesla, just chilling down here. I'm telling you guys, it might be a really good opportunity to buy some shares. People are losing a lot of confidence in Square. I still feel like this is still a good opportunity to might scoop some up. Amazon is chilling. Coinbase. Oh, man, I feel like I should get a lot of these shares. I'm looking at this like 56 range. If I can get Coinbase at 56, I'll probably buy like a couple hundred shares, sell some covered calls against them, and see what we can do for the upside because these things were just at 90. And when crypto makes its big run, Coinbase is going to be above 100, no problem. Wow, the BlackRock CEO just sold 7% of his stake. That's crazy. Insiders are selling big time. Insiders are selling in Tesla. Insiders are selling in Google, BlackRock. I mean, these are some big-ass firms, big technology firms. And we saw this we saw this in 2021 as well. Insiders were selling, and everybody's like, oh, no, it's fine. They're just, like, cashing out for a reason because the stock is way too damn high. I think he's expecting something for sure. Coinbase dying, bubble, definitely bubble. Selling may go away. They take seriously. I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be pretty out here in the next couple months. And I can't wait. I honestly can. I hope they fucking burn this market to the ground. I would love to see the SPY at like $58. I wouldn't even care if it was down to $58. I just want to see volatility. You could take the SPY up to 9,000 a piece or $41 a piece, and I would just be happier than anything because the volatility would be unbelievable. I just need to see something. There's only 27 million in volume, and it's 11:30. 2 hours down the drain. We are getting a little bit of a push up here, but I mean, if you traded contracts that weren't $500, let's see how much they would have paid. Probably $80. Not even. Oh my God. $40 these would have paid. Just this move paid $40. I can't look at this. I can't watch this. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I don't see anything crazy. I'm just kind of talking out of my ass right now. The only thing that I would watch is maybe this NVIDIA squeeze. She's kind of pushing up towards that level. I feel like there is maybe some room up to that like 273-ish area. NVIDIA does get pretty wild. On the run-ups, Tesla could be another big push-up here. I would say 170s or maybe even like 166. But it's Friday, so those contracts could move. Below 691, BlackRock is gone. Just open below it. Oh, shit. Let's see BLK. Well, they are pushing this down now. I think that the insider news just came out. I could probably put this down to 680. I don't know if I would trade anything of BlackRock, but BlackRock has that a lot of room down to 680. So where was this before, though? I'm kind of curious. 785. That's nothing. 973. Jeez. One of the biggest sell-offs I've ever seen is this right here. And I will say, was once very, very rich in this stock, and I let it die way too much. So this hurts, seeing the long account when I had these shares around like, I think I picked these up at like $40 back in the day. Watched them run all the way to 372 and figured it would just do everything it did. You know, any big pullback, it would always come back, but she never came back. So I got out mostly, but I definitely missed the top. Up 1,200 to down 100. Big fake out. Damn, Zach, you be putting size in a choppy ass day if you're up that much. Up that much to down that much. Yeah, I don't know about these, man. I don't know about these at all. Maybe Tesla. I feel like Tesla's got a lot of volume right now. 65 million. I could probably play this. I might play this, actually. I might play some Tesla downside if it didn't break down yet. Let's see how much these 162.50s are for today expiration. This is going to get choppy. You're going to witness me lose a couple $100 a day just for trying to entertain myself. 162.50s are 39 a piece. I don't know if it's worth that. I don't think it's worth it. It did have a nice little rundown though. SPY getting that leg of the sell-off. Hey, you can't, Zach. I don't know if you were up 1,200 to down 100. Big fake out. Damn. You sitting mainly cash long term? Yeah, I have like no investments other than just crypto right now and TQQQ. That's really all. I do kind of want to watch Meta for a second too. I feel like this thing could bounce. This thing is trying to go on a little squeeze here. This little gap fill that it has. 213. Did it hit it already? If it hits 213, I might buy some puts for this guy. It almost hit it. We're in a big ass uptrend right now in Meta. I'll probably stay away. Same with NVIDIA. Same with the SPY. This is just choppy. I'm not going to waste your time, guys. I'll come back if I see anything coming on, but I'm just kind of talking, and I'm not really getting anywhere. I'm not taking any trades. But if I see any volatility, I will come back on and talk you through it. But I doubt that there will be anything. It's Friday. I haven't taken any trades yet. I took 2 trades that I got stopped out on, so I'm down $40, but literally 2 contracts. If you guys need anything, don't feel free to hit me up. And Fridays are never really it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are usually the best days. Microsoft's showing some strength, so I don't know if I would chase it, but damn, it actually looks pretty good. You know, you could see up to that 287-ish area potentially if the market doesn't sell off, but I like these tech. These tech stocks are kind of moving right now. QQQ is almost green. Could be pretty nice. I think on the other side, I think it might be better to short right now with how low volatile it is, and if these stocks are going up like this, it's probably better to play some puts on the downside because, I mean, it just looks good. The downside just looks way better. You have way more reward on that side. Like you could get this 213 push, but that's 50 cents. Where on the downside, if you go back to VWAP, that's like $1.50. So could go crazy. I feel like NVIDIA also could be a really good put contract. This thing just dies when it dies. $270 puts are 64 a piece. Ooh, I mean, these could go kind of crazy. I might take some of these for a lotto play. 10 of these at 60. These were at 125. That'd be about $600 if we start to die right here. I'll just take like 3 of them. See what happens with 3 contracts. Around 68. I guess it got me in at 69. But, I mean, if these even go back to like 125, that's a nice little $100 or so here. This thing can die too, usually. So I'm going to dabble into this. If it breaks below this uptrend, then I'll take it. If I can start to see some volume, though, this is a nice volume candlestick. If I can see some volume on the downside, I would love to buy a bunch of these, but oh shit, it's already squeezing. All right, we're already down $30 on this trade. Oh, the market's going. You guys see the market just squeeze up? Yeah, this is just weird. I can't play this stuff. Yo, made 2K on that pump. Zach, what are you? How much money are you throwing at these? That 40-cent move made you 2K. You got to be buying like 30 contracts of the SPX, man. Yellen remarks. I have 3 contracts at 69. Probably down about like $30 right now. See if we can get a little bit of a sell-off here. On NVIDIA, down to 270. Question is do I want to buy a bunch of these? We're at the top of this Bollinger Band, so that's what I'm playing. I'm playing the top of this Bollinger Band. I'm looking for a nice reversal. If I can get back down to VWAP, these things will be worth over $100 a piece. I could probably buy like 10 of these. I got 6 of these bad boys. I'm only gonna risk like $60 on this, so I'll put a stop loss at like 55. I'll end up losing like $75. It won't be a big trade. It won't be anything, but I do kind of like the fact that this is rejecting that high of the day a little bit, and I've seen a lot of weakness in the video before. Starting to see some volume too, so I don't know. We'll wait and see what we can turn this into. I might just stop myself out down like $20. This is going to be kind of a worthless trade. I think I might just be wasting my time, guys. I might just cash this flat. Getting a little red candle here. Green candle. Guys, this is just, it's kind of worthless. It's only 6 contracts. I'm going to lose my $6. Unless it starts pumping, then I'll lose like $20. I cashed out. I didn't really want to watch that, honestly. So I'm just going to take my $50 loss right now, and then I'll come back when I see some volatility. But if you want to short this and you want to wait this out, you could see some nice sell-off on this. Would be a cool one, but not enough volume in anything for me to play anything. So, like I said, I'm gonna stay away. This is real choppy. Nvidia could be a nice short up here, honestly, if it breaks below this uptrend, but I don't have the patience to watch this right now. So I'll wait for some volatility and I'll play the SPX where I can actually make some good money instead of making 6 times 40. I have to wait for a big drop down to 270, and I would maybe make $200, which is not worth my time. But all right, guys. Well, if you need me, let me know. The market's way too choppy for me, so I'm gonna step away. But I love you so much.